Welcome everyone to the 7 Days Podcast, where we'll be talking about WWE Survivor Series and NXT Takeover WarGames, as the pay-per-view and the event of NXT is happening this weekend, which is mind-boggling to me because we just had Crown Jewel, we just had Evolution, we just had Super Showdown, and Hell in a Cell, all within the span of a month and a half. And now we're coming back towards the traditional pay-per-view, which is Survivor Series. 4 hours on the main show, but 2 hours on the damn pre-show or kickoff show. So we have a lot to go over, and I'm gonna go over the NXT Takeover WarGames matches first, just to get them out of the way. I don't really do NXT Takeover predictions because honestly, there's nothing that NXT can do that can honestly get me upset. There's nothing NXT can do that can maybe be like, damn it, like get me so angry, you know? Like, there's nothing. That's why I don't really do predictions for NXT TakeOver anymore, because it's going to be a great show regardless, and I just want to sit and watch the show, and if anyone else want to do their predictions, go ahead. But I'm just going to sit here and watch the show and don't really predict what could happen later on onto the, you know, I just don't want to sit here and try to, you know, think, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. No, I just want to see whatever Triple H has in mind, you know, and everyone else in the creative team, what they have in mind on the show itself. So let's just get to the match. There's only 4 matches on this show, which is mind-boggling to me again, because the fact that Survivor Series is 7 matches on this damn show, but yeah, TakeOver, 4 matches. So a 2 hour and a half, maybe 2 hour 45 minutes of a pay-per-view, which I can only predict, you know. That might be the only thing I'll predict is the timing of this entire show. So let's begin. We got Aleister Black versus Johnny Gargano. This all started with Gargano was revealed to be the guy that attacked Aleister Black, even though everybody was saying might be Cassius Ohno, Ciampa, Velveteen, or Lars Sullivan. Some of these people were predictable and maybe not, you know, what people wanted. And when Gargano did it, I was like, what? I almost felt like the dude from WrestleMania 30 when the streak was broken. You know, remember that one black guy? Yeah, him. Like, I felt like that was like 50% how I felt of Gargano being the guy that attacked Aleister Black. And then Gargano revealed, hey, you know, I did it because you were collateral damage. You were in the way. I was going towards Ciampa, and you had to be in the damn way. I'm still Gargano here. I'm still Johnny Wrestling. I'm still the good guy. I'm the good guy in this freaking story. So, yeah, we got that. And now, obviously, Aleister Black is out for vengeance. Everybody's, you know, behind Aleister Black here. I follow Gargano on Twitter. And the fact that he's trying to be like, oh, I'm still a good guy. Johnny Gargano did nothing wrong. I mean, look, Gargano, I'm a big fan of yours, okay? But don't sit here and tell me that you cost a guy a championship and you did nothing wrong. Come on. That's like me saying, oh, I robbed a bank and I murdered someone, but I did nothing wrong. You cost a guy a championship and took him out for like about a month or 2, and you're saying you did nothing wrong? I mean, I understand you're obsessed with Ciampa, but for God's sakes, to lie to me like that? Come on, Gargano. I know there's some dumbasses on Twitter that's like, oh, why are you getting all worked up? It's a TV show. I know it is. I'm intrigued with the storyline. I'm going by the storyline. I'm not trying to be a smartass and be like, oh, you know, this is supposed to happen because, you know, it's predetermined. It's fake. But I don't care about all of that, okay? I'm trying to be a kid here again, all right? I always say this. You know, I wish I was like 4 years old or 12 years old, for God's sakes, when it comes to watching WWE, not knowing with all this shit, you know, the internet and all these wrestling terms that I know and all this stuff. I just wish that I could just sit down and be, you know, into the storyline that's going on TV and just be like, why did you do this and this and that? I don't want anyone to tell me and try to snap me out of it like, dude, it's fake. What are you doing? So when people watch the fucking Walking Dead and they get upset when somebody of their liking, someone that they like dies, Like, why isn't anyone else telling them, yo, snap out of it, yo? It's just a TV show. It's fake. So why is it with wrestling, people do that, but when it comes to Walking Dead, nobody says anything? I don't get that. So, just a little rant on that. Just saying. So, in the end, Gargano versus Black. Match was made. Aleister Black out for vengeance. And I don't know. I really can't predict this match. This is why I don't predict TakeOver, because I can't predict who will win this match. If I pick Gargano, it's like, well, Aleister Black coming back for vengeance would be for nothing. And if Gargano loses, then it will just not only prove that Gargano is a bigger loser than ever, that the attack that he did on Black was for nothing. You know? So, I don't know. Maybe Ciampa gets involved and help out Gargano. You know, I've heard some people say that, you know, oh, Gargano teaming up with Ciampa, and then Gargano try to break Ciampa within, see how Ciampa rolls, you know, up close and personal, and then when the time comes, he's back to being Johnny Wrestling, and he breaks down Tommaso Ciampa, and then finally wins the NXT title. Maybe then, you know. So if that's the case, I would love to see that, though. Just saying. So I can't predict this match. I'm just gonna go with maybe Johnny Gargano gets the win. I don't know. It's hard for me to predict this match. I'm sorry. It's like if Gargano wins, then all the hype that Black got recently, because Black, I'm not gonna lie, also Black was lukewarm on NXT. Like, he's cool. He comes out, the crowd likes him, but they weren't hot for him like they were for Gargano months ago. And now it's backwards. Now it's flipped. Now it's the crowd is somewhat indifferent with Gargano. Some are with Gargano, some are indifferent. And Black is like hot right now. Like, he's the hottest act on NXT right now at the moment, as far as the babyface go, outside of Velveteen Dream. So, what do you do here? You can't. Do you do a screwy finish? No contest? What do you do? I can't predict this match. I'm sorry. It's too hard for me to do it. I'm sorry. So I'm just gonna leave that to be determined match for now. I can't predict it. I'm sorry. You got Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane, 2 out of 3 falls match for the NXT Women's Championship. What I would do here, I would pick Shayna Baszler to retain the championship. And then some people are probably thinking, well, why would you do that? You know, she needs to go to the main roster. What does she need to go to the main roster for? What does she need to do on the main roster? Huh? Be the background of Ronda Rousey? Be in the shadow of Ronda Rousey? No. You know, unless she's going to be like Ciampa on the main roster. Because, like, Ciampa, the reason why he turned heel is because he felt like the fans automatically assumed that he won't be good enough to compete with Gargano in that ladder match against AOP at a TakeOver event. So, unless it's going to be one of those situations where Shayna Baszler is going to get tired of being in the background and she wants the spotlight on her, I don't want Baszler on the main roster unless she's going to go to SmackDown Live and be her own woman and do her own thing and dominate on that very brand. If that's the case, then sure. But if she's going to be on Raw, then she has to feud with Rousey. I don't want her teaming up with Rousey, and some people have hype for this fatal 4-way, this 8-woman tag team match between 4 horsewomen of WWE, 4 horsewomen of MMA. I honestly don't really care about this because like I said, I've said it many times before. Give Shafir and Jessamine Duke, give them time to develop. I would say do this in a year. Maybe if they're not going to do Raw versus SmackDown next year at Survivor Series, you do it there. There you go. You got traditional 4-on-4 Survivor Series women's match. You got MMA versus WWE, or wrestling for that. But then again, wrestling is kind of in MMA. I don't know about that. But yeah, you know, WWE versus MMA. You got that. And shit. So just give them a year. Don't do it now. They barely got a name for. They barely have a name like for themselves on WWE turf. So they need time to develop for people to give a fuck about them. It's like we care about Rousey and Baszler, but who are those two? Oh, one's married to Roderick Strong, and that's it. No. So you got to give them time to develop and let them be themselves. Yeah, if they're going to be the dominant version of the Iconics on NXT, then so freaking be it. And there you go. Maybe Baszler goes up and then they dominate NXT for all I know. So, yeah, I would keep Baszler on NXT mainly because it would help Jessamine Duke and Shafir, as a faction. It'd be a 3-woman faction on NXT. It's like, who could stand up against these MMA fighters here in WWE? Kairi Sane has her backup, and we have a 6-woman tag. I would do it in a tornado-style match, to be fair. Because 6-woman tag, normally, we get that on the main roster. It's best if NXT switch it up, and they have a 6-woman tornado tag team match, making no disqualification. You got a money-making match right there. Trust me, I am telling you the truth with that. So, I would keep Baszler just so she can continue the feud with Kairi Sane, but it will help develop Jessamine Duke and Shafir. That's it. Maria Shafir. Right? That's the only reason why I would keep Baszler on NXT and retain the championship as the NXT 2-time Women's Champion. Other than that, if she's just going to go to the main roster to be Ronda Rousey's backup, then you might as well just give the belt to Kairi Sane, obviously, and boom. So I'm going to go with Shayna Baszler, and what I predict helps Shafir and Jessamine Duke, rather, and just develop them up in NXT. That's what I would do. You got Tommaso Ciampa versus Velveteen Dream for the NXT Championship. Bro, I didn't think Velveteen Dream would get an NXT title match so soon. I kind of thought maybe a couple months more, maybe another TakeOver event, maybe the one in January or the one at WrestleMania weekend. Maybe that's when he wins the NXT Championship, but that's not the case now. He's going to maybe have an opportunity to win it this Saturday. And I honestly won't be mad about it. But at the same time, I just want to see Gargano beat Ciampa, man. It's like, I like this story, It's kind of a better version of, not a better version of Daniel Bryan, but almost like it. Because to me, it's like, oh, Gargano's going through hard times. He's even going through a dark place, And then when he finally clears up the dark clouds that's hanging above him, he'll finally beat Ciampa and become NXT champ. The story is right there. So I don't think it's in their best interest to give the belt to Velveteen, all because he's the probably one of, if not the hottest babyface on NXT right now. I wouldn't do it. Just because someone is hot at the moment doesn't mean they need the title at the moment. You gotta give it's based on DIY in this entire story. Okay? So you gotta wait. Just give it more time. Velveteen should get it later down the line. But for now, you got to give it to Ciampa. So I'm going to go with Ciampa retaining the championship. And then Gargano one day. I swear. Maybe WrestleMania weekend. Or if there's another TakeOver 3. Chicago 3. TakeOver Chicago 3. Then fuck it. You might do it there. I don't know. So that's what I'm going to do with that. And then the main event. You got the WarGames match. You got Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Roderick Strong, Undisputed Era. I don't know how people get their hand gesture wrong. It took me a while. It took me at least 2 weeks to get it right, and I got it right. So, I don't know how people get it wrong. But anyways, Undisputed Era versus War Raiders, the North American champ, in Ricochet, who has done nothing with the belt, by the way. He's had a triple threat title defense. I'll give him that. Great match, probably match of the year candidate. It's just that I just feel like the NXT North American title has been an afterthought. But then again, Intercontinental title's an afterthought on Raw too. So I don't know. Maybe after TakeOver WarGames, then it'll be a important situation. It will be an important title in NXT outside of the NXT World Championship. And then you got the United Kingdom champion in Pete Dunne as well. So I feel like Undisputed Era should get the win here because at least, because not only they'll be undefeated in WarGames, it will show how dominant they are as a group, and plus you got the dissension between Ricochet and Pete Dunne already there, so you can use that to screw up the team of War Raiders, Dunne, and Ricochet, and then Undisputed Era's right there to pick up the scraps and able to capitalize on it and get the win. That's what I would do. So I'm going to go with Undisputed Era to get the win. But I'm not going to get mad if War Raiders, Dunn, and Ricochet, like I said, they could do anything on this show and it's not going to piss me off. It's going to just make me be like, wow, okay, and then just make me smile and move on with my day. That's pretty much what TakeOver always does. It never makes me pissed off. Never. So, and that's TakeOver. It's going to be a great show. Oh, my God. I can already give it if I could give it a rating right now, I'm just going to give it like a 4 out of 5 rating. I'm going to give it 5 out of 5 because that'll just show, it'll just show me, it'll just be me, I can't even talk right now. It'll just be me showing favoritism towards NXT, you know, so I just don't want to do that. 4 out of 5 or 4.5 out of 5, then, you know, that would be a great show. Let's get to Survivor Series. Where do I start? So, you got 10-man tag team traditional Survivor Series match. Or, no, wrong. 10 on 10. Are you high? Oh, shit. So a 20-man tag team traditional Survivor Series match. So, wow. A 10-man Survivor Series match. So you got Bobby Roode, Gable, Ascension, B-Team, Revival, and Lucha House Party against the likes of the Usos, New Day, the Colognes, Gallows and Anderson, and Sanity. Wow. Now, I'm just going to tell you guys straight off the bat, SmackDown should win this year. Because I thought SmackDown won the first year, and then Raw won the second year. So they're 1-1. But you know what? I'm going to rally up to everything what happened. Okay? So this whole brand warfare thing, it truly started back in 2005 when, you know, Raw versus SmackDown happened at Survivor Series in 2005. That same one where The Undertaker returned in the best way possible. So you had that. Then you had Bragging Rights 2009 where, you know, Team SmackDown beat Raw again. So they're 2-0. Then the next year of Bragging Rights, SmackDown 3-0 over Raw. Then you had 2016, the return of the Raw versus SmackDown scenario. And I thought, well, you know, SmackDown won that year based off the tag team match that happened. I thought the tag team match was like, that's where it's like, okay, Raw, you know, the score happens through that, you know, the 5-on-5 or 4-on-4 traditional Survivor Series match. I did not know that it's every match on the card counts because they made that clear last year, but they didn't make that clear 2 years ago. So now people are saying that, well, SmackDown is 0-2 over Raw. Since that's the case, I would give SmackDown a freaking dub this year. Okay? So I'm just gonna give you the matches that I care about, who should win that one, and the match I don't give a fuck about, well, we'll just give them a random pick and just move on with our day. So, with this 10-on-10 traditional Survivor Series tag team match, I'm just going to give this to SmackDown because SmackDown's tag team, even though you haven't seen the Colognes or the Gallows and Anderson or Sanity that much on the show or at all, I would still give them the win because I still feel like SmackDown's tag team division is obviously stronger than Monday Night Raw. The Revival is weak as fuck. The B-Team are a joke. The Ascension have been a joke since day one. Gable and Roode, are they really a tag team or are they just two dudes, you know, coming together for some random reason? Gable likes Bobby Roode's entrance. And you got the Lucha House Party. Alright, so, I mean, how weak can you get? I like the Lucha House Party. I like the Revival. I kind of like the B-Team. I don't like the Ascension at the moment, but I wish them better on the main roster. And I wish Bobby Roode would turn heel. And Gable would be in a better position in WWE. So, the Usos, and Epico and Primo, and Sanity, and New Day, and Gallows and Anderson, they should get the dub over Monday Night Raw's Tag Team Division, and that's on the kickoff show. Good! I'm still gonna fucking watch it anyway. I don't know why I'm saying that. Anyways, we got SmackDown versus Raw on the main show. Tag Team Champs going at the bar. We don't set the bar, because we are the bar. Or we don't just set the bar. I don't. And we got the big show. The Big Bar versus Authors of Pain, AOP, the Ops, AOP, Authors of Pain, the new Raw Tag Champs. After defeating Rollins on the UK edition of Monday Night Raw, I'm going to give the AOP the dub here. So it's one-on-one here at Survivor Series between Raw and SmackDown. AOP gets the win because the Bar don't need it. The Bar don't need it. Okay? They recently defended their belts against the New Day. They defeated the New Day on SmackDown, the 6-man tag. They don't need it. They don't need it just because they lost last year to the Usos on Raw. You know, at Survivor Series, they're on Raw. The Usos were on SmackDown. Now the Bar's on SmackDown this year. Doesn't matter. Okay, the Bar does not need a win this year. Please, AOP needs a dub because they need something, a big win. They need something big in their career. Winning the tag belts in a handicap match is not big to me right now. You know, thinking about it days later, no one cared. No one cares. No one even cared on that very night that AOP won the tag team title. So you know what, dude? If they get this win, maybe people might care. So I'm gonna go with AOP getting the dub. So it's 1-on-1 here at Survivor Series. Let's move away to Brand Warfare for a second as we have the Cruiserweight title on the line. Please, Lord, let it be on the main card. Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali's been fighting all year long to get the Cruiserweight Championship. And since his buddy Cedric Alexander is no longer the Cruiserweight Champ, and now it's Buddy Murphy, Mustafa Ali could be the only one that could potentially make Cedric Alexander turn heel. And I say that makes sense because it's true. Think about it. Cedric Alexander is sitting here like, oh snap, I'm trying to fight my way to get back my title. But yeah, my friend, the Heart of 205 Live, and Mustafa Ali, though, able to get his one shot at Buddy Murphy for the title, and he wins it. Fuck. And then, you know, it just makes Cedric Alexander question himself, and then I don't know, it might put him in a feeling. It might make him feel a certain way to where he'll just get out of jealous, I guess, or something, and then he just turns on Mustafa. So if Mustafa Ali wins this match, he could potentially turn Cedric Alexander heel. So there's that. And by the way, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Cedric Alexander has no character at all. They say he's the heart or the soul of 205 Live, but in the end, what is he? You know, like, what is he? He just comes out, does nothing much. Because he's a great wrestler, but what does he do character-wise? Nothing. Nothing at all. So if he turns heel, that would probably help him out massively. Okay? So I would probably do that. Turn Cedric Alexander heel. So we got Murphy and Mustafa Ali. If you give Mustafa Ali the win, it will kind of make Buddy Murphy a transitional champion. He's only held the title for over a month. And yeah, he won the title in his hometown, but if he loses it at Survivor Series, it'll just be like, oh, so he won in his hometown for a big pop, and that's it. And in the next big event, that's when he loses the title. So it's like, if Mustafa Ali wins, it's cool. Cedric Alexander might turn heel, but at the same time, you're hurting Buddy Murphy. But if you give Buddy Murphy the win, you're kind of hurting Mustafa Ali, because Mustafa Ali, he's been fighting and fighting and fighting, and when he gets his big shot on a grand stage, he chokes again. So it's a toss-up here. But I'm going to go with Buddy Murphy just to be safe, because I don't think they're going to give the title to Mustafa Ali yet. Maybe they're going to make him go through the Gargano route, outside of turning heel, of course. But yeah, like make him like lose, and then people are just giving him more hope and just, you know, supporting him more and feeling sympathy for the guy. And when he wins the title, it's gonna be huge. So hopefully, so Buddy Murphy retains the championship. 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series men's match. You got Strowman, Bobby fucking Lashley, Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, and that smiley Finn in Finn Balor versus SmackDown's Captain and The Miz. You got Shane O'Mac. Why is he on the team and not Randy Orton? I don't even know. Jeff Hardy. Why is he on the team and not Randy Orton? I don't even know. Rey Mysterio. I guess. It's cool to have Rey back, and I guess it's cool to have him on the team, but it would really help Andrade Cien Almas. But then again, if you look at last year's Survivor Series, you have Bobby Roode on the team, Nakamura on the team, and they got buried by Strowman back-to-back. So maybe it's a good idea that they're not at Survivor Series. I don't fucking know. Either way, you got Shane, Miz, Ray, Jeff, and the Destroyer, Samoa Joe. You got to give Raw this win here. So Raw will be 2-1 here, okay? Raw will be 2-1 at the Survivor Series. Strowman gets the win for Team Raw. I was thinking that Strowman's going to be the destruction of the team, but in reality, no. If he's able to put his differences aside with Drew McIntyre and Ziggler, maybe he might be able to get the win. I don't know if it's like, does he have to win for Team Raw in order for him to get what he wants, get his hands on Corbin and the Universal Championship down the line, or does he just have to be a team player and just go along with what's being said by Baron Corbin, the Raw captain, in order for him to get what he wants? Like, how does this work? They didn't really clarify this on Raw. Or maybe they did, I just didn't pay attention, but can you blame me? Anyways, so Strowman, I would give Team Raw the win here because, if Team SmackDown wins in this 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series match, then you got to put Miz and Samoa Joe along with Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles in a fatal 4-way TLC or ladder match, whatever, for the WWE title at the TLC pay-per-view. Lord help me, please. So Raw gets the win, so Raw is 2-1 over SmackDown Live. And this is where SmackDown comes back up. The women's 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match, you get that to SmackDown, because I feel like the SmackDown women is more stronger than fucking Raw. You got big, nasty fist in Nia Jax. You got bland Tamina, no disrespect. You got Ruby Riott, yeah. You got Natty, why? And you got Mickie James. So, versus Carmella, who has done shit this year. Asuka, who's been doing shit for the past couple of years. Naomi, this could be a way for her to get back into the limelight. She fell off since losing the title at SummerSlam last year. And Deville has a chance to show what she's really made of on the big stage. Plus, they don't have anyone else, and Charlotte is replacing Becky Lynch at Survivor Series. I would give the last pick to Mandy Rose. If they give it to Lana, I might get upset. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, why? This is for brand supremacy. You need to put your best on the damn team. The fact that you have Asuka on your team, that's good enough, but Asuka has been on the downfall since coming to SmackDown Live. So, you need like a backup. I'm not saying Mandy Rose is that backup, but I'm saying, who else do you have on that roster? So, just put Mandy Rose on the team. If there's anyone else I'm forgetting, then you put them on the team, and then boom, we got this. We got SmackDown getting the win here. So SmackDown is 2, Raw is 2 in this situation. Then, let's see, we got 3 more matches, right? So there we go. We got 2-2 between Raw and SmackDown. That's 4 matches down overall at Survivor Series. Next match, you got the Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura, the United States Champion. Who do you give the win to? You give it to Shinsuke, because Shinsuke should get the win, okay? Simple as that. How you just say that? Because, why? Seth Rollins needs to win? Why does Seth need to win? Why does Seth Rollins need to win when he's got a fucking lunatic creeping up behind him and is going to fuck him over any chance he get? And this will help. Now, I don't know if McMahon and Corbin's going to get in Ambrose's face and be like, why the fuck did you do that? You cost Raw a match, blah, 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 blah. I don't know how that's going to work out. But With this, Shinsuke Nakamura needs this win because A, he's fucking boring, number one. His United States title run is awful, number two. And obviously, you know I'm blaming WWE Creative for this. Obviously, don't tell me that. I know. But yeah, all that shit. Plus, again, you have Ambrose gonna fuck over Rollins. So Rollins does not need the win, you know? Rollins gonna be feuding with Ambrose after Survivor Series anyway, so you might as well add fuel to the fire that's already been lit. So there you go. Nakamura gets the win. SmackDown is 3, and Raw is 2. Then you give Raw another win. You have Raw, 3-3 here now, because Ronda Rousey will beat Flair. Charlotte Flair, who is not a champion, should lose to Ronda Rousey. If you're gonna book Flair in this whole, questioning herself storyline and sympathetic babyface, all that stuff, then you keep adding to it and give Ronda Rousey the dub here. You give Ronda Rousey the win, and Charlotte Flair is gonna keep questioning herself. Does she still have what it takes anymore? Does she live up to the name Flair anymore? So you keep doing that by having Rousey break the bitch's arm. Done deal. No more to be said about that. Plain and simple. And then you got the main event. And who would you give the win here? Daniel Bryan should beat Brock Lesnar. Why? Because Brock Lesnar does not need a fucking win. Because Brock Lesnar, believe it or not, he's gonna leave for a whole month after Survivor Series. We're not going to see Brock until the Royal Rumble. Some people are saying he's not going to show up until WrestleMania. Bullshit. There's no way Vince is not going to have Brock on the Royal Rumble. Okay? No chance. Elimination Chamber or Fastlane, fine. But Royal Rumble, a big pay-per-view? Nah. Brock Lesnar has been showing up to the Royal Rumble since he came back to WWE since 2014. I was going to say 2013, but I remember that show entirely. He was not on the show. So, yeah, 2014, from 2014 Royal Rumble to now, he has been showing up. So, Brock should be, and I hope he will be, at the Royal Rumble. If he's not, then fuck. This title reign is a lot worse than the 500-day reign we went through last couple of months ago. But yeah, I will give Daniel Bryan the win. Why? Because A, he's a heel. You gotta live up to it. If you let Brock beat him, it's just gonna diminish what the hell AJ just did. I mean, it's like, Daniel Bryan rather. It's like, if Brock gets the win, it's gonna diminish what Bryan did on SmackDown to AJ Styles. Now, I don't know if Bryan had the intentions of, well, I want to face Brock Lesnar, so I'm going to fuck over AJ Styles, low blow him, and win the WWE title. We don't know that, but I'm sure that's not the case. It's just that, well, Paul Heyman brought up Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan came out when AJ Styles said Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan got pissed off about it, so Daniel Bryan puts him in the face. And that's how this whole thing came down, and now Daniel Bryan's the new WWE champion. But you gotta live up to Bryan's heel turn that he had on Tuesday. You gotta keep going. You can't just stop because he's fucking Brock Lesnar. No. Brock is gonna be gone. I'm not saying Daniel Bryan pins him clean or make him tap out clean. Obviously, you got a monster behind you, Brock. You got a monster that you fucked over or help fuck over at Crown Jewel in a location that will not be discussed because WWE won't talk about it in Saudi Arabia. Anyways, Brock Lesnar will lose to Daniel Bryan due to interference of Braun Strowman. And then Bryan running knee for the win. 1, 2, 3. Bryan beats Brock Lesnar. And then, if there's going to be a rematch, because I'm sure there will be, you build it off of that. Oh, Daniel Bryan, you only beat Brock Lesnar because Brock Lesnar got distracted. You had an assist from Braun Strowman to beat Brock Lesnar. And then there you go. And that's how I would book. And that's my prediction of Survivor Series. What do you think? What are your predictions? Do you think Raw is going to win? Do you think Bryan is going to lose merciful shit? I can't even talk. Is Bryan going to be brutalized, I should say, by Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series? Let me know. So let me go over my picks real quick from the kickoff show all the way up. The 10-10, the 20-man tag team traditional Survivor Series match. Team SmackDown win there. And then the champion showcase, so tag team champions between the Bar and AOP. AOP gets the win there. And then Mustafa Ali will not win the title. Buddy Murphy will retain the Cruiserweight Championship. Then the 5-on-5 traditional match at Survivor Series, you give that to Raw for the men. And then for the women, 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match, you give that to the women on SmackDown Live. And then Shinsuke Nakamura beats Seth Rollins in the one-on-one, mid-card champion showcase. Shinsuke Nakamura, United States champion, beats Seth Rollins, Intercontinental champion, due to the fact that Ambrose interfered in the match. And you got Ronda Rousey making Charlotte Flair tap out like a baby at Survivor Series. And then Daniel Bryan, with the assist of the Monster Among Men, gets the running knee on the Beast Incarnate and gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. And that's how Survivor Series should end. Do you agree? Leave your comments down below. Now, before I go, let me make a comment here about this whole Nia Jax and Becky Lynch situation. Where do I begin? Okay. Am I going to rant on Nia Jax? No. I have no reason to whatsoever. What I can say is, shit happens in the ring. Shit happens in the ring. I'm not going to say, oh, it's ballet, or whatever cliche thing people say about wrestling, but shit happens, man. It was just a miscommunication on her part. That's all I can say about that. It was a miscommunication or bad timing, or she put too much force in that punch by accident. Maybe, I don't know, maybe she was getting riled up, and then Becky Lynch sadly was the one that came up to her and she just socked her in the face. I don't know. I can't give you any full details on that, but what I can say is shit happens. It was an accident. I'm sure she didn't do it on purpose. And yeah, are they gonna live it off? Live up to it on TV? Are they gonna make Nia Jax a massive heel now because of it? I mean, if they do, then that's smart. I mean, if I was a heel, I would do everything in my power to make you fucking hate me. Like, legit hate me. Like you want to beat me up on the street yourself. Hate me. You know what I mean? So, I would like to see this on the Survivor Series and this week, and on Raw next week. So, let's see what happens. So, just my quick thoughts. I'm not going to rant on her because I didn't do the same thing for Brie. I didn't really rant on Brie. If I did, then I might rant on Nia Jax on the next 7 Days podcast. But for now, I'm just going to keep it low for now. And besides, I tweeted this out this week. If you defended Brie Bella, but you shitted on Nia Jax, you're a hypocrite. And if you defended Nia Jax, but shitted on Brie, then you're a hypocrite. If you shitted on Nia Jax and you shitted on Brie, then you're fine. And if you defended both, then you're fine as well. That's how I look at it. So, and there you go. And that's all I got to say on this week's 7 Days podcast, as NXT Takeover and Survivor Series all coming ahead this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Lord, my life is going to be paused for 2 nights only, as Survivor Series going on for 6 goddamn hours, including the pre-show, and you got NXT Takeover WarGames. I'll be going on for at least 2.5 to 2 hours and 45 minutes. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys can, please give a like. Did I make any sense? Did you like what you hear? What is it? Leave your comments down below if you made it this far in the video. And I'll see you guys next time. And I might be doing reactions this weekend. And I'm out. Later.